Alright, game changers, welcome back to another video here today. It has been a while. I know I've been out of the scene here, but I've just been inspired by JB and the Jack of all trades with their videos. I just was wanting to get back in to content creation and really talking to you guys, and it has been a while. In doing that, I streamed the other night and it felt phenomenal, even though I don't get very many viewers at all, but it was just the fun of it. And you know, the dedicated viewers who I do get in my streams, like Falcon and Paranormal, shout out to you guys. You guys always show up to every stream and I really appreciate you guys for that. I mean, just that's what it's all about. I think gaming as a whole is just fun to engage with people in. But anyways, what I'm going to be talking about, this is not Call of Duty, this is Splitgate 2. I'm playing the beta over here, and this game, man, there is a lot of potential in this game, and I'm going to break down in this video what I see as potential to be good things as far as longevity goes, and also some drawbacks that maybe the devs can work on these things to make the game a lot better. But anyways, let's dive in. So first off, let's exactly describe what Splitgate 2 even is. I mean, it's not just a reskin of the original. For those of you guys who have played the original, it was basically coined as the term Halo with portals, right? But it's more than that. And the developers this time have rebuilt the game in Unreal Engine 5, and it's clear right away that the visuals are sharper, the animations are smoother, and the gunplay feels just way tighter. But here's the thing, 1047 Games said that they want to move away from that indie Halo with portals identity, and they want to build a more complete experience, right? And the beta already has improved map design, better pacing, and most importantly, new game modes and testing. And you can tell that they're taking a more live service approach this time, with a roadmap in place and seasonal updates planned, assuming that the launch goes well, and I really hope that it does. But let's talk about potential, because honestly, Splitgate 2 could be huge if it plays its cards right. I mean, let's talk about the portal mechanic, and I know some people are iffy about it. I was the exact same way. I felt like if this game didn't have portals, it'd be better, but then I thought about it again, and it's really the identity for this game. In one way or the other, it really does something that any other shooter does not, and when you master that, it feels absolutely god tier. Now, I am by no means god tier in my portal skills, not even close. I'm a complete noob, but the movement, the flanks, the trick plays, there's just a skill ceiling here that can really reward smart players, or frustrate them for that matter too. But this game is also built for content creation. I mean, this game is a clip machine. I think I got like a 5-piece last night, but I was playing against 1 or 2 bots with that clip, so I guess it doesn't really count. But again, streamers and YouTubers love flashy movement, cool trick shots, we already know that, and also mind-blowing plays, right? So portals have that chance to deliver exactly that. And if Splitgate 2 leans into that potential with the replay tools, and they have custom games, it could grow organically through that type of content, and I think it could be big on social media. When it comes to crossplay and competitive focus, I think Splitgate 2 seems more competitively minded out of the gate, and that's huge because rank play, skill-based matchmaking, and solid netcode are must-haves now, and they have nailed it early, I believe. And if they could have a go-to title for sweaty players who are tired of broken metas and other shooters, I think this game could be a good option. I think this coming out also is perfect timing, because let's be real, people are just burnt out on especially Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is kind of in a very weird place. I was playing Season 4, I tried it out literally for one day when it came out, and granted that it was the first day of the new season, so servers can be kind of janky, all that stuff, but come on now, Call of Duty is a multi-million-dollar franchise, and they've been doing this forever. You'd think that they would have their stuff together, but they don't at this point in time. So again, yeah, that doesn't sell to me. Also, Halo Infinite has lost all of its momentum, and even Apex has its ups and downs. And of course, unfortunately, X-Defiant bit the dust, so there's a gap in that arena shooter space, and Splitgate 2 might just be the game to fill it. Now, we can't just talk about the positives and potential of the game without discussing at least some of the drawbacks. Now, the most obvious, number one probably for most people, is that portal system, because it's a huge learning curve. And although it's amazing, it is intimidating, and new players might get stomped, and hard. if there isn't a good onboarding experience or casual mode, that could scare off a chunk of the player base early on, and that's not something you want for a game early on that you want to have succeed, right? So I think they need to work on a mode that is a little more casual where it's not as portal heavy. Number 2 is just the player retention, because we already know that the first Splitgate absolutely blew up and they made a ton of money off of that. And then what happened? It died. It dropped off quick. But why? Because the first game didn't have a lot of content. So Splitgate 2 has to have plenty of content, and it looks like they're already doing that, because in the beta, even in the beta, they are dropping new maps and modes, and that is doing so well because it shows that the developers really are listening to the player base, and maybe they've learned from the first one. But again, this doesn't mean that this can be an ongoing issue, because sometimes games, they do really well on startup, and then later on they just decline and fall off and they don't keep up. But hopefully the player retention is kept, if not increased over time with this game, as more content brought in with a steady stream of new modes, maps, and cosmetics, or it could again suffer the same fate as the first one. And this is where their live service plans need to deliver, not just a promise. Number 3 would be, I call, balancing the chaos, because let's be honest, portals are fun, but they can also lead to absolute madness, and balancing that with both the gunplay and map control is kind of tricky. But sometimes it can get too sweaty or too chaotic. It might lose both those casual and even competitive players. So the developers, I'm telling you guys, they got their work cut out for them, but I really think that they can strike gold here. Number 4 would just be the identity crisis, I believe, because Splitgate 2 needs to find its voice. And although yes, it is different in the aspect that it has portals and all that stuff, is it a serious esports style shooter? I know Scump recently had a contract, or even spoke with the CEO a couple of times. I don't know if you guys saw that clip or not, but he's going to be supporting this game for at least a whole year. Now that is a fat check, but regardless, that is huge for this game, and it could really boost it up in terms of the population and popularity. But again, is it still going to be a serious esport style shooter for those pros out there, or is it just a casual portal powered sandbox? If it tries to do everything, it might not do anything well. So to me, Splitgate 2 is really shaping up to be more than just a sequel. I think it's a second chance, because the developers are clearly listening, the community is cautiously optimistic, and there is a lot of hype surrounding this game. The enthusiasm, you can see it on social media that people are hyped. You can see it in, you know, the chats when it comes to YouTube videos or even Twitch comments, all those things. The game itself, when I've played it, I think it's just fun. There's depth, there's style, and there's still nothing else like it, but the potential doesn't equal success. Let's make that clear. Splitgate 2 will need consistent updates, strong marketing, and a smooth launch to make a lasting impression. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think about the game thus far, and also its potential. Are you excited for Splitgate 2 when the launch fully comes through? Do you think it has what it takes to stick around this time? Or do you see some red flags already? Let me know all of that down in the comment section below. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now with that being said, this is GCP signing off.